My name is Alexis Betterson, and today I'll be demonstrating how to use the Ad Center on Facebook to maximize your reach to your target audience. At the end of this video, you'll be able to set up your ads all on your own.
You can see I've logged into my Facebook account and now I'm here on my business page. To get started with the Ad Center, you're going to come here to your left and click on Ad Center. Here you can see the summary for my business page of the different ads that I've had so far and the engagement from them. So in order to start, you're going to go ahead and click Create an Ad, or if you have a post on your page you would like to boost, you can also do that. So what we're going to do though is start from scratch and do Create an Ad. So here you're going to choose a goal for your ad. Depending on what service or product you're providing will more than likely determine that goal. For me, a goal I want to focus on as a wedding planning service, I want to get more leads. So that's the option I'm going to start with. I have my own form already created, but if you were going to create a new form, you would choose here and simply fill it out. You would just put whatever information you would need up front to get a conversation started with potential clients. But we're going to go ahead and use my saved form. So what we can do here, I can either use a post or Facebook has already created one for me to go ahead and get me started. They already labeled the button, the headline for me, the special ad category, but the section that we're really going to focus on to make sure you're increasing your reach the most you can is the audience and how you're going to target it. As you can see here, I have already a couple of options for myself to choose whenever it comes to my audience. But what we're going to do now, just so you can see, is we're going to create a new one. We're going to create a new audience. The audience title I'm going to put is Newest Audience. So this way I will know that this is a tester section to try and increase my engagement and reach from the previous ones. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and keep it as all men and women. I am going to increase my age a little bit because once again I am a wedding service, so I'm going to start with people who are 21 and go till about 55. Usually anything after that is vow renewals, which is something that we still do as well, but I'm going to try and keep it into the 21-55 age range. So down here at the bottom, it's already telling me my potential reach and that I'm in a pretty good section for hitting enough people. But men and women between 21 and 55 is still a very broad range, although it's a great number of people. Right now it already has 10 miles outside of Fort Lauderdale. But what we're also going to do is I'm going to type in Pembroke Pines and Miramar. We're going to increase that radius to about 30 miles from there. South Florida is a pretty big and large area, and in order to be successful, you need to broaden your reach. So for South Florida, I do personally service all the way up to West Palm, but right now I want to see if I can grab any more immediately local business. And as you can see at the bottom, I'm still within the green, but now my new potential reach has now reached 3.1 million people. And that was only just with adding one other location and broadening it out to about a 30-mile radius. So if we're going to keep going, and I'm going to click save, we're going to scroll down a little bit more. This is detailed targeting. Right here, Facebook already has suggestions for me based on the kind of business that I am. So I am going to go ahead and put in wedding coordinator, wedding reception, newly engaged within the past 6 months. This is a new type of strategy that I love that Facebook has. They're giving it time frames associated with the interest of the people. Anybody who's newly engaged within 6 months is usually at that point of ready to go ahead and start wedding planning. Some people even start that earlier, such as 3 months. They even still consider 1 year as newly engaged. So I'm going to go ahead and click a couple of detailed targeting options for myself And these are interests that the people in your target audience share. So as you can see down here, I'm still in the green. But now that we've gone outside of the location and we are now being more specific, my potential reach has dropped from that 3.1 million we just saw to 580,000. Now, depending on what ad you have curated and created, if it's a very specific ad, such as you're trying to sell this one specific product or service and not just your overall company, then you would get even more specific in the interest. Like for me, if I want to specifically do a post for the proposal planning, that's when I would adjust my target audience to mostly being men. Instead of having it men and women, adjusting the age a little bit more. Although people propose at any age, my target market at that point would kind of be between the 21 and the 35-40 age range. So here, I think I'm good to go. I'm happy with the 580 potential reach. So we're going to go ahead and save this audience. Now, this right here is our estimated daily results. So what they're estimating right now is that we would reach anywhere between 188 to 544 people per day. So you're going to scroll down a little bit more, and this is where you get to determine how long you want to run your ad for and what your total budget is going to be. So you see here, you can play with this and scroll it around, but as you decrease the budget or increase the budget, that affects the number of people you'll reach per day. So let's say for this ad, we drop it down to run for about 4 days, but with a $12 budget max. We're looking at 127 to 366 people. Now, if we bump it up to say 15, that number goes up even more. But if we do $15 with a 5-day duration, it's going to drop a little bit. So this is where you kind of play with it and pick and choose how you're going to use your budget. Now for placements, for me, I chose Facebook, of course, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger. The great thing about having Facebook and Instagram connected now is that in your Facebook ads will show up on Instagram, which is great. That's even more people you're going to reach. So once you have all of this created, you click promote now and you're all set. I hope you found this video very helpful. With social media being such a main channel for marketing, it's important to maximize the tools these platforms offer. For more helpful tips, check out allyj.org.